All right, let's shut that off, man. It's about to do another little loop. Here we go. We back for a little post-fight talk, a little post-fight show. What's up? Man, it's hot today, man. It's one hot. It's a hot night, man. It's already 9:30 over here. What's up, y'all? All right, man. Yeah, let's get into this, man. Let's do a little post-fight talk here, man, because I think there's just a couple of questions some people asked me about these fights last night, and it was late, so I didn't really go into a lot of things, but I think we covered pretty much, the whole situation with, um, why Holly lost this fight and so on. But one of the things I want to talk about, man, is where's the jab at with a lot of these fighters, man. When I was looking at my man here, I had to put him in. I had to put him in the picture because he was just killing it with his jab. Park Jin Young, he was killing it with his jab. And when I seen like the lady struggling, I was just kind of like, man, like, where's y'all's jab at? That's why I had to put that in here, man. I was like, where's y'all's jab at, man? Park is like killing y'all. Park Jin Young is killing this thing with the jab. Like, even some men fighters, I mean, they lack it too. They be lacking the jab too, but I just need to see this type of jab, man. That's very consistent and damaging. And I think that's what Holly and Chelsea Chandler were lacking in these fights. They both were lacking like a good straight punch, jab to offset their opponent. You know, but the card wasn't bad. I had fun calling it last night with y'all. It wasn't a bad card at all. It was for free. Was like we paid. It was a good UFC fight night card. Not bad at all. Had some good finishes on there on the main card. I don't know that Ottman card. Ottman, what's his name, Francisco fight. I don't agree with that one though, man. I thought it was a good fight, but I thought the stoppage was premature, man. Went only one round, but you didn't let the man have his chance to recuperate. I thought Ottman was still in the game. In my opinion, but yeah, not bad, not bad. Prelims was okay. Prelims was okay. I mean, the one strawweight fight I wanted to see didn't have much of a statement made where we could really gauge anything, man. Shout out to Stella Nunez. I feel bad for her in that situation, but Dakota, Dakota the Chiva, same with her. She didn't really have much of a chance to showcase what she's made of. So when it comes down to it, we still need to see more from her. All right, what's going on, y'all? Let me see. Oh, T, what's up, man? What's up, y'all? I gotta go back and read some of these. Okay, Todd said, "What's up? Looking forward to you dropping knowledge as always. Much love and respect from San Diego." Damn, we got Todd Johnson way out in the West Coast. Appreciate you. I know it's like 6 there. It's like 9 o'clock here. Way out on that west side, man. How's the weather in San Diego, man? All right, Shitara was the underdog. Sing said Shitara was the underdog. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. She was the underdog. She was the underdog in this one. All right, what's up? Let me see. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, this is what I wanted to read real quick. Todd said, I posted 100 times. I posted hundreds of times in jiu-jitsu, but man, he said Nunez's injury was horrific. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. That thing was horrible. BJ, what's going on? That thing was horrible, man. Like the way that thing hyperextended. Oh man, I feel bad for her, man. I just feel bad for her. She just can't win. Literally, she can't win. Like a fight that maybe she could have set the pace to, and maybe has some success against somebody just coming into the game. Nah, man, couldn't even get that. Couldn't even get one round in. But we'll see, man. Everything happens for a reason. Hopefully she can recover. Hopefully everything is good. All right, let's talk about this card here, man. Let's talk about, well, I want to talk about Park as a whole. I just enjoyed his approach to his fight, man, and you know his jab. I really enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed his how he was able to make adjustments to the power punches of Duraev and show these fighters how it's done, how keeping consistent, keeping a straight punch down the line is how you get it done. Okay. But yeah, um, shout out to Chelsea Chandler, man. Let's talk a little bit about this, man. I mean, when it comes down to it, Norma, Chelsea, they put on a show, you know, before the fight and during the fight. And, you know, like I said, I still rock with her. I mean, I'm glad that she can laugh. You know, she can laugh at the situation. You know, she's been posting it on IG. She's been sharing the memes that people have been making. And I mean, that's how you gotta do. I mean, don't take yourself so seriously. Um, a little humility goes a long way, I believe, because nobody's perfect, and nobody felt like that. I mean, I personally didn't like when she came to fight. I said, you know, there's a good chance Norma can win. Norma has a lot of experience, but you know, Chelsea has the tools to possibly get this thing done. You know, so when it comes down to, it's just another day, and like I said, as long as you don't take yourself seriously, I think you can bounce back from it. You know, I think you can. I think she can bounce back from it for sure. Like I said, this is step number one. You know, you just have to accept it. You know, we just said she got back in the fight. Respect Chandler. She got hit hard in that moment. Yeah, you know, it was a shocker. You know, she got touched, and that was her reaction. Brian said she has to roll with, of course, because if she didn't, people would get mad if she didn't. You know, but her own personal perception, she could just be like all these other fighters. You've seen other fighters like try to ignore the humiliating moment, but you have to laugh at it. You know, you have to laugh at it. I mean, she don't better laugh at it because there's some people that just ignore it and be like, "Oh, that never happened." But you got to give a person respect when they can just say, "Oh man, like that is funny." You know what I mean? Like it is funny. Cause I mean DC, he was tripping, man. He was he was laughing up. He was laughing it up. So I was like, yo, you know, it was in the moment and you learn from it. And I think the more and more you kind of tense up in there sometimes and you bring a lot of, you know, energy sometimes trying to be hype and it can do that. You know, it does that. Then you get shocked and react the wrong way and you know. So to me it's like, yo, you learn from it. It happens early in your career. You can get better from it. I mean, she's only 1-1 in the UFC, so it's not like she was on this high horse and just seen as like this overhyped fighter. You know what I mean? Who is this? Let me see. MMA fan for life said, "Is Shatara versus Pena more interesting than Rocky versus Pena?" Um, I think Shatara versus Pena is a little bit more interesting MMA fan, but I still think Rocky deserves it. Rocky's earned it. I think Rocky fights a more technical fight, and she can fight a more cautious fight at times. And I believe it. I believe it can bore fans, but to me, she's earned it because not every fight is going to be exciting. But to me, I think Shatara Pena is a little bit more interesting because they both take chances. They both take a little bit more chances, you know, and they're more reckless, you know. So that's to me, yeah, it's more interesting. But I would still say Rocky deserves her shot, you know, as a fight fan that is looking at the rankings and I'm looking at resume. Again, somebody who's 5-0 is pretty much earned the title shot to me. Mastermind was a piece of Holly's chin deteriorated and can't absorb punches like before. Where's her head movement? Rookie mistake from her, but great submission by Silva. And yeah, that's what it is, man. Like if Holly was gonna get submitted mastermind, I was not gonna be surprised. It was the way the submission came. It was the way the submission came, man. The submission came, just almost out of nowhere. Like I didn't see her getting caught up in a standing choke like that, a ninja choke, right? I didn't see that. I mean, I thought she might get her in a rear naked arm bar, get her to the ground. Holly gonna try to take her down. Then Holly gets submitted on the ground. Maybe get a knee bar or something. But standing choke like that, I didn't see. I really didn't see that. Rookies, let me see. Let me pull these. I gotta keep rolling this stuff up because it keeps sticking. It's like I have to keep refreshing. Easy E, what's up? Let me see. BJ says Shatara ain't beating Pena. Yeah, which you make my argument even stronger than Rocky deserves a title shot then, right? Let's go ahead and put Rocky in there. Put Rocky in the mix. Rocky deserves the shot when it comes down to it. I think, Bueno Silva made a good showing of herself to put herself in the mix now and to get some girls out of the way. But other than that, it's really about Rocky getting her shot. Going back to Norma though. Norma, of course, did what she was supposed to do. Norma did what she was supposed to do. She came in with the speed. She had the lateral movement. She also had takedown defense. Also, actually had the better ground control. Better ground control time, top control. She came in there prepared. Not too tense. She was loose. She was not too cautious. She took a few chances, but I still don't like Norma's approach to her ground game sometimes. Like I want to see her land more punches, man. Like it's too safe. It's too safe. She needs to land more shots on the ground. Do some more damage and she probably could get a stoppage. It's not like she was in a situation where she was about to give up the position. I mean, she had her down where she could have been landing, but Norma, she did what she had to do again, but I still don't see that dominant factor in her. Full credit for the win though. I mean, she took some big shots from Chelsea too though. Easy said I had Holly, but I'm not surprised Myra locked that standing choke. It's what she does. Holly got careless in the clinch. You can't do that. She's always looking for the sub. Yeah. I was always feeling like she would get the sub. I didn't think she would get her on the stand in the standing choke. Let me see. Zama said, you need back foot game to beat Myra Bueno Silva. Juliana Pena will get brutalized. Y'all think Myra Bueno Silva's got the power and consistent striking to hurt Juliana Pena? I mean, she'll probably bloody her because they're gonna meet in the middle. I didn't. Nobody's done that. That's a first. I mean, even the standing triangle choke that Andrade got, that was a first. That was a first. Ephraim said, I usually don't like when DC gets too loose on the commentary because he's laughing at Chelsea running, but his laughing at Chelsea running was perfect. Yeah, he was. He took it into the second round. He was still having fun, man. He wild, man. Oh man. Easy. I can't see Myra's stand up as a significant threat to Pena. Really? If they meet in the middle, they're going to be landing on each other. That's what makes their fight more interesting and entertaining. But I think Rocky will be more technical against either one of them, which, of course, the people's not going to be entertaining. But I don't know, man. I think her stand up can be significant, man. her calf kicks were moving Holly. Her low kick, they're gonna meet in the middle, and Juliana Pena is gonna land her jab, and if she's coming forward, Juliana Pena doesn't have to look for her. That's the thing. Like Juliana Pena couldn't handle a back foot fighter in that situation. When Amanda took more of a back foot approach, she could not land as clean. She landed clean when Nunes came inside, came in the middle, met her in the middle. But if she's completely on the back foot, she won't be able to do that. She wouldn't be able to land. But if Mayra Bueno Silva meets in the middle, I think they're both going to be sitting targets for each other. They're both going to be landing. And I think it'll just come down to who can withstand the damage the most. I don't know, man. Pena versus Mayra Bueno Silva, like if they go to trading and they both make it out in 5 rounds, oof, somebody's gonna have CTE in that fight. I'm just saying, man. BJ said, he said Pena's striking is more accurate and active. It is more active. I will say that. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Robot Chicken said Mayra Bueno Silva, the future champion. She's got the chance, man. She's got the chance. Let's see. Okay, just got to refresh here again. Need some water. Where's my water at? Oh. Okay, Mastermind says Silva did the same ninja choke in 2018. Dana White's Contender Series, she's good at that, and Holly's clinch work is predictable, and Silva quit thinking secured her the win with that submission. Yeah, she kind of went into a panic clinch whenever Silva landed some hard punches. And I don't know, man, BJ, you say her striking won't be effective, but hey, Mayra Bueno Silva striking, it was getting Holly's attention. Her striking is on point too now. Like, see, the thing about Mayra Bueno Silva, she's already had, like, to me, she's had more of a polished striking background. Juliana Pena, how long has it been? Like, how long has it been since she's really been into her jab? I know, like, throughout the past few years, like, she's really been more educated with it. Like, she's enjoying it. Now that she's but before, I always thought she kind of looked uncomfortable. To me, I think Mayra Bueno Silva, when she commits to it, she lets it go. I think she'll let more combinations go. I still think Pena is a little bit more. Now, when she lets her jab go, it is good, but I think it's more basic. I think Mayra Bueno Silva has more variety to her strikes. You go back to the Manon fight, like, her leg kicks bother fighters. That's why you got to give Manon more credit, because she did adjust to some of the things that she did. Like Mayra Bueno Silva's calf kick and body kick that landed on Manon, you can see it kind of got a reaction out of her, but she was still able to withstand it. Holly, and she took a better approach. Holly ate one of these punches into some elbows and a couple of them low kicks. You could kind of see her reaction was to just clinch, Yeah, real MVP. Because I'm looking at some clips now as we speak, and Bueno Silva actually has power too. Her strikes have more power. Pena has a good long jab and like a good straight 1-2, but I think Mayra Bueno Silva has more variety. And if you fight her at mid-range and you give her a full-on target, Mayra Bueno Silva is going to load up that leg kick and tear it up. You see how the way she spars and the way she hits mitts and everything and does her drills, she's throwing leg kicks like that in a fight. Okay. Really MVP BJ said, no way you guys think Pena is a good striker. BJ said Pena is not a technical striker. She's an effective striker. Yep. And that's what's going to cost her, like effective and technical, two different things, if you're not technical against Bueno Silva, who is more technical and has more variety and punching power, possibly, she's going to rip her down. Effective with just the 1-2. If you get by the 1-2, then what's going to happen. Because you see, yeah, she landed some punches on GDR, right? She landed some punches on GDR, but got a little reckless. So you going in there with a submission threat like Bueno Silva could kind of go either way in that fight. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting fight if they go ahead and make this one. I mean, they're calling each other out. They both are calling each other out, and they're acknowledging. So I think that one's going to be a bloody one, man. It's going to be a bloody fight. Easy said, oh, hold on. I want to read something Ivan said. Ivan said, MBS has a personality and charisma to become a star. She is never out of any fight she's in. Yeah. I mean, has a little bit more of a colorful personality than Amanda Nunes. So if she's able to get better as a fighter and start winning even the bigger fights, she could become a possible star. I mean, Brazil, of course they'll love her. Right? Holly's too old for she can't take punches anymore. This is not the Holly who fought Cyborg and GDR. Oof, that Cyborg fight, I think that honestly took years off of her. Easy said MBS can keep Pena at range. The thing is, will she do it? I think if they train for this fight and they understand what they're up against, I think she'll do it. I think she'll try to fight a mid-range where she can get her power off and turn her punches over perfectly. I think if she can find her range, that's going to be a big key, to where she can fully extend kicks and land her 1-2 and even them elbows. I think the ground game might be a little bit more interested in this one. This fight actually be more interesting when it gets to the ground. BJ said people want to hate on Juliana so bad. What's your definition of hating, BJ? Hold on. BJ said your definition of hate. BJ always talking about critiquing a fighter is hate. Todd said Holly's still very good. I would put her and Misha too in the main card. Maybe it would be the right way to step away, right time to step away. That's a good idea. I agree with that, Todd. That's perfect. Holly still has a big contract, and so does I think Misha might have a couple more fights. I believe Holly has more. Holly has more on her contract. So maybe get another 2 fights or something. But her and Misha Tate, maybe they should, fight one more time and then call it a day. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't see that. I mean, yeah, I don't see that as a bad thing. Easy said, I don't hate Pena. I think people get caught up in her being better than she really is. She's a good fighter, but not elite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think your criticism is hate. I think it's just honesty. yeah. Like, it's just the honest truth. I mean, if Pena was like elite, I think she would be 2-0 against Nunes right now, right? She probably would have retired Nunes, in my opinion. Like that's a showcase of elite. good fighter, but still has to adapt in certain situations. And I don't think that she fully can do it sometimes because she'll get reckless. She makes some crazy mistakes. Jerron said, "What a big dog. What's going on, man? What is going on? We back in the building, just talking a little bit. But yeah, man, Holly, to me, it's time. It's time to go. I mean, for real. As somebody that is a fan of her, and her being 41 years old, I think it is time to go. Maybe get that farewell fight out the way with Misha Tate. That little rematch like they do in boxing sometime. Have some fighters, mix it up one last time, and then that's it. Call it a day. I think she's taking a lot of beatings, man. She's taking a lot of punishment. And I mean, when you look at her resume, like the Ronda fight was like, that was it. That was like the pinnacle of her career. From there, she's beat some girls like Irene, Megan Anderson, Betch. But every time she's fought those elite fighters like uh, Bullet, GDR, Cyborg, she would come up short. So I think she's at a point now where she just should get that one more fight and maybe call it a day, against a fellow fighter like Misha Tate, who's in the same situation. You know, that sounds good. So I agree with Todd on that. Six, what's up? He said Holly is washed. Yeah, it's about done. Yeah, it's about done. Ivan said, so I had the main event spoiled for me as a result when I finally got around to watching it. Oh, yeah, I try to stay off social media when I haven't seen something yet. Robot Chicken said Holmes hugging and holding style. She needs to go. She's another Chikagan. No, actually, I think Chikagan is a little bit. I think Chikagan smart fights a little bit smarter than Holly Holm. Nah, I can't say that, Robot. I can't say that, Robot. I think Chikagan's a little bit more of a better decision maker in there. I mean, that's why she doesn't take as much punishment. I mean, she's lost to Valentina, but Chikagan can still beat a lot of fighters. That's a question for the chat. I mean, I already made my pick. Like Chikagan, to me, honestly, I think she's a bit of a smarter fighter than Holly. I think they're just in two different divisions, but I think to me, Holly, her strength and athleticism helped her in a lot of fights. But I think Caitlin has a little bit of a higher IQ to me. That's just me. I think Chikagan has a better IQ and she's not damaged. Like I could put Chikagan against any of these other girls and still pick her over a lot of these other fighters. Well, at this point, I'd say a few of the ones that are coming up. But Holly, right now, I've I have to say, she's about done now. She's about really done. Mastermind said, yeah, she was talking about it, and Amanda Nunes hit her back and was like, yeah, Caitlin, go ahead and move up, because Caitlin said, it's looking interesting right now to move up to bantamweight, and Amanda Nunes responded back to her post on Instagram, and she said she should do it. She said she should do it. So she has Amanda Nunes' blessing, right? Easy said Pena should stay at 125. Pena? Or do you mean she should have went? She should stay there. Like, how long has it been since she's been at 120? Was she early in her early career? I think she could be decent, though, a little bit better. At 135, I think it's just reckless decision making. MMA said Chikagan versus Natalia Silva on the feet would be interesting. Yeah, that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. That's a good fight. That's actually a good one right there because it would test Natalia Silva to see if she can deal with the movement and that awkward style. Robot Chicken said Silva would KO Chikagan. I don't know if that's a guarantee. She could win, but saying she killed, I don't know, man. I don't know if she KOs her, man. You've got to be able to pinpoint Chikagan and get a beam on her. Yeah, I think that's a fight that she could win, but as far as knocking her out, I don't know. I actually think Natalia Silva would knock out Andrade before she would knock out Chikagan just because they move different, you know. Obviously, I think Natalia's all kinds of trouble for Chikagan. She's faster, has more power, and won't be phased at all by Chikagan's incoming. Yeah, it could be a fight. I think she'd win, but I would have to see it. Like, because there's something that Chikagan possesses that you have to see a fighter go through the test with him first. You just have to see him go through it first. You just have to see him go through it because if you don't, you're going to be proven wrong. Because I thought Viviana Araujo was going to beat Chikagan. You know, I thought this might be the day that she proves herself. She wasn't able to. Close fight, but no, you know, Chikagan still edged it out. Let's see. Toronto said, I wouldn't mind seeing Rose versus Holly. Ain't they in the same weight class? No. Rose is a straw weight, but she moved up to 125 recently. About to have her first fight. You know, Holly's 135, so nah. I wouldn't. I don't think that would be a very good fight. Rose would be a little bit too heavy for that weight class. Todd said, I agree. Combo Norma could transition to multiple submission threats. She should approach her ground game like Aaron Blanchfield and Dern, who I named my daughter after. To them is submission. Right. Yeah, I always think, or like Myra Bueno Silva, you know, I think Myra Bueno Silva is a good example of how you always keep an eye on submission, but you really don't give up position either. You know, you don't really waste too many rounds. Like Myra Bueno Silva is still in a position, I think, to avoid being smothered by Holly, but she was still able to find that submission attempt, you know. Robot Chick said, Ivan, exactly. Natalia doesn't have to worry about Pillowfish. She'll KO Chikagan. I don't know, man. I don't know. Ain't nothing guaranteed in MMA. I don't see that. There's some fights you can really, really see, like, clearly, like, you can see. I've seen Aaron Blanchfield finishing Andrade. You can see that. You can see that happening just because of the matchup and how it plays and how they play off of each other. But it all depends on what Natalia Silva looks like against Andrea Lee too, man. Because you gotta see what she looks like, man, as far as like how she gets on the inside and if she's able to get past her jab and if she's able to hurt Andrea Lee and deal with Andrea Lee's height, reach, all of that. You know, I think let's see if she can get close to stopping or dominating Andrea Lee. And then maybe we'll think about it because then we have to see how she handles movers. So I have to see, man. I have to see what she looks like for sure. But I can see her, like I said, I can see her winning against Chikage. I don't think she knocks her out though. Marcus said, "Who said Holly needs to switch gyms?" In which I think it's 10 years too late. Who said that? Who thinks Holly needs to switch gyms now? Yeah, it's kind of too late now. I mean, because like I said in my video, I think that she's at the point of her career where she's slowly evolving. She's slowly evolving while the other fighters already coming in well around it. Ivan said Chikagan is probably fighting Macy Barber next anyway. Macy Barber actually called out Lauren Murphy and Andrade. She didn't. I'm surprised she didn't call out Chikagan. Robot Chicken said Norma is the uncrowned featherweight champ. Um, yeah, Donovan says a chase off. I have to disagree with that statement. Right. Yeah, she still holds a win over, right? Robot Chicken said I put my money on the dangerous fighter over the point fighter. Think about it. If any fighter with finishing ability, Chikagan loses to them. Okay. Yeah, she's lost to Valentina and she's lost to Andrade. Mm, but they were established to me. They were more so established. I still wouldn't put any money on that. Uh, there's some guarantees out there I see like Rose and Joanna. Yeah, that's like a guarantee. Like a lot of you have to really look at like how styles play in each other. Like I have to see it first. I'm going for Natalia like in that fight. I think Natalia can win that one, but um how many times is she like really like she's been finished by fighters that really dominate, like and Andrade and Valentina, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a different look too. Remember, it's gonna be a different look for Chike. I mean, for Natalia Silva. A lot of the girls right now aren't defensive minded. They don't really give too many different looks and too many different styles of movement. So we'll see. We'll see. She's the only fighter in my threat list right now, but I want to see her beat Andrea Lee first. Easy said Chikagan can go as far as 135. Yeah, she could. I mean, she used to be there. She used to be there. Her and Lauren Murphy, they both used to be there. Zaman said to overwhelm Chikagan, you need to be a blitzer or a prolific counter striker. Natalia is neither. She will struggle quite a bit against Chikagan, I guarantee. All right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that either. Like, what do y'all think about that? I mean, I kind of lean towards this a little bit more. That's why I think the Andrea Lee fight really is going to answer a lot of questions because Andrea Lee hits a little bit harder. She's long, tall, and she'll move. And she also has a lot of tools. She has a lot of tools, but she's not going to take the same approach like Jasmine or Victoria Leonardo. She's not going to take the same approach as those fighters. So Natalia Silva's going to have to find her. Remember, Natalia Silva's going to have to find. Ivan says she has good counter. She's a good counter striker, right? She's a good counter striker, but is Chikagan going to walk her down like that? Is Chikagan going to be a pressure fighter? Is she going to be a pressure fighter? Is she going to be there to be hit like them other big girls were? No, like Natalia's going to have to find Chikagan in this fight. The same way Manon had to find her, and it was a tough fight for her. I believe it's going to be a tough fight for Natalia Silva. Zama said Andrea Lee fight won't say anything regarding Chikagan fight. Yes, it will. It'll say something because she's going to be dealing with another tall, long fighter that has a long jab. It's going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot more than the last three fights. It's going to say a lot more than the last three fights because she's dealing with another tall fighter that if she turns it on, she can move. And Andrea Lee has a head kick too. Andrea Lee has a good left hook too. When Andrea Lee is focused, she can be trouble. Y'all think I don't give her enough credit, but whenever some of those girls step into them shots, she can throw a good left hook. She can throw a good left hook and a head kick. And, that's off setting it up off of some of these fighters. So, you come up in there with your head straight up and down, and she'll time you. So it'll say something. It'll say something more than the last few fights. When are you doing those UFC 291 predictions? He said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit your panel a lot from now on, bro." He said we have a good conversation yesterday, me, you, and Robert. Oh yeah, for sure. Hold on, let me check dates here, man. Let me see what day we want to do them predictions for 291. 291 is July 29th, right? Hold on. You got me checking my calendar now. Hold on. Brian said this fight will say a lot. It's a great progression for her. Let's see how she does. Right. I got to see what she looks like in this fight. She's dealing with a girl that's 5'8", same as Chikagan, long like Chikagan. And Andrea Lee is not that flat-footed. I think she can move better than the other girls, too. And she has a ground game. Too. So, MMA fan for life said, what upcoming fights are you looking forward to? Oh, that's a good question, man. I'm looking forward to Grasso Shevchenko 2. I'm looking forward to Weili Lemos. I'm looking forward to Andrade and Tatiana. Rose and Manone. I'm looking forward to this Gaethje and Dustin Poirier fight. And who else? I do want to see Chandler and Conor McGregor. I want to see that fight. But as far as the women fights, those are what I'm looking forward to. Definitely looking forward. Oh, I'm looking forward to Miranda Maverick and Priscilla Cachoeira. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. Oh, yeah, and Andrea Lee and Natalia Silva, for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. Basically, any flyweight fight. Any flyweight fight is a good fight right now. But yeah, Weili Lemos, yeah, that's going to be crazy. Manone and Rose, I believe that's going to be a good fight. I can't believe a lot of people don't think Manone can beat Rose, man. I'm like, the first time everybody thought, they laughed at the fight and they thought it was a big mismatch. They thought she was chasing a small fighter, but now everybody feels like Rose has this great chance. But I'm like, Manone's a big fighter with good skills. She's a good big fighter. And I think as a good big fighter, I see Manone winning that fight. MMA said, I think Corinne beats Moreau this time. I do too. That's another one. All the WMMA fights on 292, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to all of those. There's only 3, but I'm looking forward to all 3 of them. Justin and Dustin might run into Bud versus Spence fight. Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch Bud and Spence. Might be calling that fight on the other channel, so I might have to do Bud and Spence that night, man. Sorry, Justin and Dustin. I'm gonna come back and do a replay on that, but I'm gonna be watching Bud and Spence that night. Boxing wins out that night for me, y'all. I'm sorry. That's a major fight. Robot Chicken said flyweight's looking promising. Yeah, it is, man. I mean, the fact that we have these discussions about fights and can't decide, or we feel confident in one fight or not feel confident in another, says that the fight is good. The fights are good. Flyweights is promising. Obviously, who would you like for Bud Spence? The more I watch both of them, and I've been watching them both a long time. I've been following Terrence like his whole career. I've been watching Errol his whole career. I remember I was watching Terrence like back in 2011. I've been following Terrence Crawford since like 2011, since he had the dreads. And he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. But Errol's like, good welterweight, man. Oh man, I kind of lean. The more I watch their fights and how certain scenarios play out, I kind of lean towards Spence. I do lean towards Spence, man. Easy, I say Rose because speed kills. Manon is pretty slow compared to Rose. Yeah, I think she'll be a little bit slower, but I don't think speed is going to be the full advantage here, because you remember Rose is moving up. Power might carry up, but who knows if she has the speed? And I believe Manon is not gonna go down from one of them punches or head kicks. Like, she's got to keep her game tight, because anybody can go down from a head kick, yeah. But I don't think she catches her or knocks her out with like a punch. I think Manon will be her punch resistance, strike resistance will be kind of high. I think she'll be pretty durable. When's the last time Rose caught somebody? When she's turned on, she'll catch you, though. I mean, caught Joanna, caught. Well, it's not like she catches everybody that she fights. I mean, Andrade, she took her punches pretty well too. So as long as you have like tenacity and will, and you strong, you keep the pressure on her. Rose, she'll succumb to pressure. Corinne beats Monroe. This time around, she possibly could. Norma Dumont is a threat at 145. She tortured Chelsea. He says she tortured her. I think she definitely leveled her up, man. She definitely showed some level. I don't think it was like a big torture, because if she did, I thought she would have like finished her. But All right, let me get my phone charger, y'all. Hang on one second. I'm about to mute for a minute. Let me get my phone charger. All right, I'm back. Let me see. Todd Johnson said Chikagan is very slick on the feet. I don't think Uriah would tell her to dance around with her. She could get pieced up, and Chikagan could win on points. Oh yeah, against Macy, yeah. Yeah, I kind of give Chikagan the edge in that fight too. As of right now, they're gonna have to go in there and show me something like big on that. I mean, Chikagan does move, and she is more defensive minded than a lot of fighters. Ivan said Manone's going to puncture Rose's gas tank. I don't like how Rose fades a lot in fights. Yeah, lucky it's not a 5-round fight. 3-round, is going to be more in her realm, but it's not a 5-round fight. But you know what? Didn't she kind of fade in that Andrade rematch? That was a 3-round fight, right? That was a 3-round fight. She did kind of fade a little bit. Let me see. MMA fans said, does the winner of Rose Manone or the winner of Aaron Santos get the next title shot? Oh, another good question. Oh man. See, the thing with Rose moving up and her having more popularity, I believe, having more stock, I think that Rose Manone gets the title shot because Manone is number 2 right now. She was already in lineup for a title shot till she got the injury, right? So I think Manone is already lined up for that next title shot. So if Rose swoops in and wins in dominant fashion, I think Rose probably will get the title shot. I think Rose or Manone will get the title shot because alone she's ranked higher than both of them. Santos had her shot over a year ago. She's kind of getting back in the mix. Aaron wins against Santos. That's a big deal. She'll be 6-0? 6-0, right? Let me see. She'd be Alpar, Aldridge, Molly McCann, Andrade. There's somebody else Aaron Blanchfield had beat. Is Aaron Blanchfield about to be 6-0 if she beats Tyler Santos, or she be 5-0? Hold on. Let's pull up the resume. Oh yeah. She beat Miranda Maverick too. Yeah. That's the fight I always forget about. I don't know how to forget that. She's 5-0. See if Manone and Aaron win, they'll both be 6-0. But I think Manone will get it first since she's ranked higher. Yeah, I think she'll probably get it first just to get back into the mix. Easy said Chikagan would be champion. She has stopping power. I agree with that because she has a lot of other technical things that make some of the other fighters frustrated. James said winner of Rose Manone or winner of Aaron Santos will have to take another fight before they fight for the belt. What do you think about that? I don't think so. I don't really think they will. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think so because they both would be 6-0 at that point, so they would be lined up, and you already got Manone at number 1, number 2. So I don't think they would take another fight. I mean, if you're hitting around at Manone and Aaron, I mean, they could do that, but I don't think so at that point. Robert Henry, what's up? He said, I stay rocking with my fighters, win or lose. If I like you, I like you, whether your name is Chandler, Cyphers, Marcos, or Shevchenko. Oh, yeah, Tehran. So I think Monday we'll do Monday. We're going to do Monday, the week of UFC 291. That's when I'll do the 291 show. Yeah, Tehran. If you still hear Tehran, I'm going to do Monday, the week of the fight card. All right. We'll do Monday, the week of the fight card. Marco said, I think Manone will beat Rose and Santos will take care of Blanchfield. I got the same picks. I think the Aaron Santos fight is going to be closer. But how do you see Manone beating Rose, though? Like, enlighten me, entertain some people, because some people think it's kind of hard for Manone to beat Aaron. I mean, to beat Rose. They think it's impossible. Like, how do you see her doing it, though? Mm, 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 Yeah, like how do you see her beating her? Like how do you see Manon beating Rose? Like I know James said she'll probably grapple more, but we'll see. He said, let's say Manon gets a title shot. What will Aaron do if she wins? Wait until Manon fights Bullet and get her title shot. Hey, you gotta wait. Carla had to wait. Carla had to wait almost like a year. If there's nobody to fight, you have to wait. But in the meantime, Aaron could fight somebody else. Manon will use wrestling. Okay. It should have been Manon versus Santos and Rosa versus Aaron. Yeah, I could take that. That would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been a good match. That would have been dope. I think Aaron probably would got Rose up out of there. If they got to the ground. Robert Harry said personally, I think Rose shouldn't have moved up. I see her as a pure strawweight. Says she might fare well, but I prefer to see her go back. Manon is going to blast her with side kicks and round kicks to the body. She's going to cut the octagon and stay in Rose's face. Yeah, you have to stay in her face to beat her, in my opinion. You don't fight a rangy chess match and wait for Rose to get comfortable. I think you have to be on her. Brawl a little bit, close in a little bit. You know, punch on the inside, hard kicks, be a little dirty. Brian said, I just think it's too many people that don't see the fight as a close fight. You have two highly skilled fighters in the elite of divisions, but for some reason, no one thinks it's close. Yeah, let me see. Some people don't see it as a close fight. It's too many. You don't think it's too many people that see it as a close fight? Yeah, it's kind of weird to me, like, because Rose has never really, to me, had like that type of frame, and it didn't ever seem like she had that desire to move up, though. That frame and that desire, and never really complained about missing weight. You know what I mean? Like Grasso early in her career, she always never really like complained, but she had said, she would like to move up in weight because straw weight was rough for her. So I knew that she was going to kind of grow into the weight, and she fought her way up till she was a full-fledged flyweight. Rose seems to kind of be doing like this one-off thing, or maybe like a quick try at the championship, which might be dangerous. See, Grasso put in the work, climbing the ladder, fighting her way up, which kind of showed that desire to me. That's why it's kind of hard to just see like, oh man, like Rose going in there completely outclassing Manon, because she's not really taking that road. Like I know Grasso was never championship level. She never got to the belt at strawweight, but still there was that desire that showed that she could carry the weight and move up. Zama said, I'm gonna tell it again that Natalia will struggle with Chikagan too. Yeah, I mean, we look at it in two different ways, but I'm not, that's you pretty much saying what I'm saying, because I'm gauging it off of, what's to come and the fights that she's fighting. But I mean, I'm saying the same thing. I mean, we look at it in different ways, but yeah, I think Chikagan's footwork and her approach is going to give Natalia Silva not fits, but it's going to make her think more. She's going to have to find her target. She's going to have to find the target, unlike her last few fights. Robert Harry said, did I miss the where the jab at segment a lot because I wanted to hear that since you're an expert? Nah, man, I didn't really even start it. We can start it right now, man. I mean, I talk a little bit about it, but yeah, Robert, since you're here, where the jab at, man? I mean, I had to ask that question, man, because I think that's like a lacking. That's a big lack in a lot of the women sometimes. Like they'll develop it somewhere along the way, but they still won't fully commit to the jab and they don't understand it. Like watching Park last night out jab his opponent, beat him up with the jab, and to the point he was able to submit him. It was lovely to watch. You know, Dariev focused more on power punches, which I thought was going to get him the fight. But the minute Park started committing to that simple weapon, that straight punch, it started doing serious damage to his opponent, you know? And I think that's what cost Chelsea her fight. You know, Chelsea boxes, you know, she's getting them rounds in. You know, I don't think she has like a professional boxing career, but, you know, she's working in the gym. But in this particular fight, I don't think Chelsea tried to execute the jab, you know, a lot of walking forward and trying to look for the big punch instead of, you know, stiff arming Norma with jabs, which I think would have got her more of a prize because, you know, her being a southpaw, she could have exploited that and she could have set up her left hand better with a jab. You know, jab, she would have found her range early. She would have had Norma a little frustrated. Norma couldn't blitz in with her combinations because if she did, boom, she eat a jab. You know, every time you throw it off the beat, you know, off the time, and just keep that in your opponent's face. And eventually you mix in a straight left hand, you mix in a takedown, mix in a hook, whatever you want. Because that one jab, man, it can get you so freaking much. I'm just saying, like, every fighter I've seen start a fight with a good jab, they have success. Of course, not all the time, but for the most part, if you put that simple punch to good use, whether you finding your range with it or you using it as an offensive weapon, it'll make all the difference. Like a hook is good, you know, straight right hand is good too, but a straight right hand can be seen because that's your power punch and the angle you throwing it at. But the angle that the jab comes at, you know, it's the perfect fencing weapon, you know, to create range. And in Park, he was doing that throughout the fight. You know, he was offensively, you know, just spearing Dariev right through his guard, doing damage to his nose. And you could see like Dariev just had this look of frustration. And when he got rocked into the cage, okay, we can abandon the jab. We got our opponent where we want him now. Knocked him out, knocked him down with a hook. Yeah. You see, when Chelsea looking for big punches, they would telegraph. She wasn't setting anything up with her jab. You know, if she would have been sticking that jab right in the face of Norma, it'd been blinding her. You know, she wouldn't know where to come in at. You know, she would have been, okay, where can I step? I can't get by this jab. It's long. It's in my face. You know, she'll been stepping round and round, and if Chelsea kept throwing that in her face, then she drops a level and she gets her down. You know, that thing's important, man. Easy said the jab is the most important punch in fighting. I love using hard jabs. It's the great disruptor. Keep it in their face. Exactly. You know, hooks are always pretty. You know, they look good and they're powerful, but they're slower. You can see them coming. Uppercuts. I used to spar a little bit a while back, and guys, they like to throw uppercuts. Never been hit with an uppercut because I always see them coming. Now, if a guy had a good jab, I used to get hit with a jab. You know why? Because it's a straight line. It's an easy punch to get hit with. I used to get hit with a guy's jab. Some of the guys I be sparring with, when they have a really good jab, they have good timing. That's the punch I get hit with a lot, because if they're consistent with it, it's straight to the point. You can't really get away from it as fast as like an uppercut. And they hurt too. They hurt, So people don't think of it because it's not a significant strike, whatever, right? But those things hurt. I've been hit by like a cruiserweight jab over and over, man. And, that junk gave me a headache. I won't say over and over, but I got hit with a cruiserweight jab like throughout a round, maybe a couple of rounds. And it forced me to adjust in that fight and start moving my head, because those things hurt. But yeah, when I did get hit with them, man, they hurt, So to me, they're significant. But, Park made it work for him. That's my point. Holly Holm, she has a speed advantage over my Bueno Silva, but she's throwing a lot of crazy combinations out there. She's not focused on one spear and jab sometimes, and she's quick enough just to do that one jab. But they want to be flashy. A lot of people want to be flashy. Keep it simple, man, and you can get it done with that jab, man. But some of these ladies, they just don't get that sometimes. I'm telling you, Natalia Silva, the higher she goes up, she's gonna need that. Manon, I believe that she needs to use it more. Like, I believe Manon used it in like an offensive weapon, a little bit harder and stiff against Chikagan. She probably could have knocked Chikagan out. But sometimes fighters, like I said, they like to throw a lot of combinations, man. And be flashy with hooks. But if you throw that one single jab, it's off rhythm, man, you could beat somebody down with that thing. Easy said that's what made me start using the jab, because I had a guy that used to just kill me with a jab. I couldn't do nothing. Yeah, you can't really, like, I sparred an older guy and fighting a longer time, and we just used jabs, and he was killing it, bigger, like I said, outweighed me by like 60, 80 pounds. And he's using that same punch, that jab on me, man. And, that junk hurt, man, because he's heavier too. But I was like, okay, all right, let me start moving my head here a little bit more, throwing mine off the line. Then I started getting it, but yeah, that getting hit with it enough. I think more of these fighters need to spar like that more, not just the power punches and throwing big shots in training. Some just need to do straight sparring rounds with the jab, nothing but a jab for like 5-6 rounds. Put one arm behind your back and just use the left hand. Robert Henry said, I feel like Chikagan, as I'm coughing out, Valentina Grasso, Rose are among few fighters that truly value the usage of jabs. So many ways to win with it. Yeah, Rose has a good one. Joanna. Yeah, Rose, Joanna, I believe they all use a jab in their own way. Great ways. I love it. I love the jab of Joanna. Valentina, she was forced to use it in that Grasso fight. Grasso was making her use that thing because Grasso kept trying to enter. So she kept on hitting her with that right jab, man, over and over. So it's important. That one punch is important. So I think, again, if Chelsea would have had that thing going for her in the first round, same with Holly, they probably would have got victories like Park did. And I'm just saying, man, I'm not a couch, but I'm not one of those, what they call them, couch trolls that's bashing fighters. I'm actually telling somebody because I've done it before. I'm not going to tell you how to roll because I don't do jiu-jitsu. I'm not on the mats like that. But if you talking boxing and some striking, I'll tell you because I've done it. You know, you said Ronda lost the home because Holly stopped the takedowns and outworked on the feet. Oh yeah, big time. MMA art said not MMA art. I know there's another guy's MMA art. Shout out to MMA art. MMA fan said, "What unranked fighters do you think is a threat to the top of the division? Any weight class? Well, if you're talking any weight class, flyweight, I think Natalia Silva. Let's start with flyweight. Yeah, Natalia Silva is, and I believe Corinne can be. Um, some of them other girls they even getting beat lately though. In the unranked flyweights. I think Corinne and Natalia. I thought Melissa Gatto would be. Ariane Lipsky could be. If you're talking straw weight, I would say Denise Gomes. Is Lupi ranked now? I think Lupi Godinez is already ranked, right? I think, yeah, I think she is. Unranked fighters. Straw weights is hard. It's really hard to say who's a threat to the top. Denise Gomes could be. I don't know for strawweight, man. I don't know for strawweight, man. For real, like there's good fighters at strawweight. You think Loma Labutni is? I don't know. I think she's too small for the division. Let me think. Bantamweight, I think is a toss up. Is a toss up right now. Yeah, the Silver Girls are. Yeah, Loma Labutni. I love her fighting style. I like her, but I don't know if she's too small for the division though. Denise Gomes, Yasmin Lucindo. Yasmin Lucindo. She's a threat. Let me grab some water. Hold on. All right, let me see here. Robot Chicken said elite talent at flyweight. Okay, yeah. Y'all talk about something. Okay, Mastermind said I'm gonna put 200 and bet on Grasso to win again. Okay, man. Are you positive this time? Is Grasso coming in as an underdog again? Because I should have put it last time. Because I had like a feeling last time, but I didn't. Like that last minute change. I wanted to do that last minute change, but I didn't. Man. Should I put two, man? Should I put two, Mastermind? Let me think, man. I don't know, man. Should I put two on her? Todd said, Mastermind Grasso is dangerous. People take her looks for weakness. Grasso was smoke. Grasso was smoke. Yeah, I've never seen Valentine in that kind of trouble. Yeah, Valentine was winning the majority of the rounds. She was winning the fight, but there were some moments where she looked a little different. Mastermind said, just put it in. Easy work. I should have put two the last time because I'm not lying, Mastermind. I had that gut feeling that you were talking about, but I refused. When I saw her go into the cage, it was similar to how I knew Rose was going to beat Joanna. It was similar to that time when I thought Rose was going to beat Joanna. But you know what I said? Nope. I believe Shevchenko was going to win. But if she would have went the decision, she would have won the fight. But the finish, man, it's all about the finish. If I put 200, man, and Grasso is the underdog again, whatever the odds are, shoot, that first time I could have won. I could have won some. I probably would have won like 4 or 5 figures, right? I can't remember the odds on it, but I could have won some on that. MMA fans say, can Natalia keep up with Grasso? I think she can. I think she can keep up with her. Like, as far as like cardio, her speed, I think she can keep up with Grasso. Like, who's strong on the inside? I don't know. Oh man, Easy said he won. He won over 3K for Grasso. Oh man. See, that was the thing. Like, I could pick Valentine and just say pick and kept the pick, but I could have put the money on Grasso. I should have, man. Grasso's still the underdog. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I might have to. Easy said he done put 3 on it, man. I mean, he put. Oh man. I mean, it ain't gonna be like it ain't gonna break me. No, definitely not. I mean, I can just. I don't know why I did. That's why I'm mad because I could have got like. What were my odds if I had put 200? Was it 4? I think I would have won 4. And if I would have put 5, I probably would have won. I was trying to get like 10 back, so I should have put like 1,000. MMA fans said, well, Grasso used wrestling in the Cachoeira fight. She better. I'll just say that. She has to. She has to. She better. If Jillian Robertson could submit her, I think Miranda can do it. I believe Miranda's strong in the wrestling department. I believe she can get her down, but she can't do the dance all night. Like, she can't stay on the outside. She's got to be on the inside. It's got to be a physical fight. She's got to get it down early. James said, go ahead and put the money on her. She got it. Robert Henry said, link. Yeah, I'm actually about to shut it down here in a minute, Robert. because I got something to do. I didn't even know it was after 11 now, man. Hold on, man. I give you about 10. I give you about 10 minutes, Robert. I'm gonna put the link right here for you. Quick call in from Robert Henry. You're tonight I'm gonna have to give you 10 minutes, Robert. Cause I gotta go. I'm getting a little tired. I got something to do. So as soon as you come in, that is your 10 minutes. And 1 second. Okay, there it is. All right. And let me see. Got Robert Henry in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey man, we gotta shut this talk down real quick, man. Hold on, let me turn my air conditioner off, so make sure everybody can hear me.
All right.
I think they was making fun of me yesterday talking about
Who said you sound
uh
like BJ, man? You don't sound like BJ.
I mean, I want to say in other instances I don't sound like BJ, but I don't want to be disrespectful. So BJ ain't here, so I ain't gonna make fun of BJ. He ain't gonna make fun of me. But no, seriously, no, they were saying I sound like dial up or
Oh,
like my voice was like the echo or something. They were saying something I looked at before you went off last night. But anyway, this narrative that James Perez, Mastermind and company um has going about or at least whoever said, because I don't want to, I mean I know James Perez says that bet on Grazo, like that's a sure lot, like that's the lock of the century. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. They acting like this is a 100% guaranteed victory for Grazo when Valentina was technically up in the fight, or at the very least, you could say the fight was about even. But I think Valentina was easily taking Grazo down. The later the fight went, she started catching her. She started getting her with the double leg takedown. So I don't understand this narrative that she panicked. Yes, she made a mistake. Yes, she made a mistake, and I will say this one thing toward uh, the Grazo fans who is rooting for Grazo to win this fight because it don't seem like I go on Valentina enough. But the statement about, remember the statement that Valentina made talking about Grazo as a chance fighter.
yeah.
You remember? Yeah. Well, Valentina was the one that took the chance and failed. So that statement really don't matter. Like yeah, she took a chance off of your mistake. If that's what you're saying, like you're really giving props to Alexa Grasso. But anyway. But as far as I'm concerned, still, I just don't see where Valentina was. Like yeah, she was thrown off. Like I said last night, she was thrown off in that fight, dealing with Grasso's footwork and speed and whatnot. But like I don't know. How do you feel? I don't see this as I see this as like maybe a 50-50 fight. I don't see this fight as Valentina can't bounce back from losing. Like is it because it's Valentina? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't get it.
I see it as a 50-50 fight, though. Mastermind said, "Who's on the line?" That is Robert Henry. Yeah, I still see it as a 50-50 fight. I think Valentina was winning the first time, but I think um, Grasso was starting to figure her out.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
mean,
yeah,
look, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you. I was gonna quickly say, like, yeah, she was still in the fight. It wasn't like Valentina had completely pulled away from her and then made a mistake. I want to make that clear. It wasn't like Grasso was completely out of the fight. But what I'm saying is, yes, Grasso was starting to figure some things out. She she was able to do certain things early. Valentina started mixing it up and figured some things out. But it wasn't like Grazo had completely been was the only one figuring out what the other person was doing and timing their next move and whatnot. See what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I don't know, like James Perez. Look, speaking of boxing or jab, like I think James Perez and Robot Chicken, they need to get the debate channel because every time I come on your live, they always fight all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to
I
them
need to
two.
get both of them on at one night on a link. I see James trying to come on right now. You got 10 minutes, James. I can let you in for 10 minutes.
You can come on in. I don't let the man speak. I spoke my mind. Let the man speak. I mean, he's the Valentina Shevchenko sun god worshiper. I'm just a fan. But he probably got something good to say. So let him in.
All right, let's see what he got. Oh, as soon as I hit add, he jumped off. He must was gonna go in for like an hour and 10 or something.
He said, "No, I need to burn down I need to burn down the city that Grazo was born in. Like what? I don't know. I don't know.
I went to click on add and he just like disappeared. Man. As soon as I went to
It
click on
has.
it,
But is there anything particular? I know we talked about it last night, but just picking your brain, is there anything particular about that fight that you're looking for either Grazo or Valentina to do? Like, is there something like a key to victory, or like, is there something in the grappling you think people may be ignoring, or
I think for Grasso, man, I think that she needs to be. She was aggressive, but I think this time she needs to really like close the show. Like, I think she needs to really be a little bit more, even more assertive
decisive?
than the last time.
I agree. You know what I think gonna happen, or what I think could happen. I think the longer the fight go, it's even though Grazo hung in there, I think in the rematch, Grazo needs a stoppage again, or she needs to really hurt.
Oh, hang on one second.
Okay.
Okay, there he is. There he is. All right, you
Let me finish
got.
my thought.
Look, I'm gonna go.
Let me.
Look, I'm gonna be nice. Look, I'm gonna go until. I'm gonna give y'all until 11:25.
Okay. Can I finish my thought and
Yeah,
then
go
I'll
ahead.
let. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think Grazo either needs to really hurt Valentina bad, and I'm not talking about just catch her a few times with some good shots like last time. She needs to either finish her or damage her, and then somehow figure out a way to dominate. Because I think if they're still mostly even in the fourth and fifth round, I just think Valentina's experience and the ability to make adjustments are probably gonna come into factor. But like who knows? But go ahead, James.
Yeah, but can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yo, bro. By the way, bro, I'm just trolling these guys, man. Robot
I
chicken,
know you have fun. I know how you do. I'm just messing around.
robot chicken, and whatever, bro. Just likes to argue, So it's all good. But yo, bro. Bottom line, man. The fight. Okay, cool. So she won fair and square. No excuses. But the thing is this, bro. What I'm recognizing now, man, honestly, is how highly people like myself and most people, honestly, they see Bullet because, bro, like her standards are so high that she just destroyed all her opponents up until Santos and Grasso. So now
Hmm.
it's like, yo, she made her uncomfortable. Okay, bro. So no problem. She made her uncomfortable. If you want to call making somebody uncomfortable, but still getting jabbed up the whole fight, bro. What did Grasso do the whole fight? I'll tell you, the first round, Grasso won it. For me, she won it. Why? Because she landed like two shots, which were like the best shots of the round. But the first round was still competitive. Bullet landed some shots too, but Grasso landed like, let's say, the two best shots. But after that, like the second round and the third round, what did Grasso do, bro? Nothing. She got jabbed up the whole fight. She got taken down at will, like people questioning like the grappling or whatever, like double X was saying, oh, Grasso is better everywhere. Yo, let these people talk, bro. It's hilarious to me. Like now it's like, oh, she made her uncomfortable. So okay, what do you want? You want a lollipop for that? You want extra credit, bro? Basically, she was losing the whole fight. Okay, was it like, did she make her more uncomfortable than other people? Sure, but that's going by Bullet standards. That's what I'm saying. So if making someone look uncomfortable but still getting jabbed, like most of the fight, still getting taken down at will. So what's the big deal, bro? Okay, I agree. If you want to call it, she made her uncomfortable, no problem. But what does that even mean? Like, what did she do? Nothing, bro. Like up until the finish, she got the finish fair and square, perfect. But at the same time, it's like giving someone extra credit for making and trying to say that Bullet was panicking, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's not the finish that I'm disputing. It's not the. It's fair and square. She lost. So all this talk is useless. But it's the fake narratives that I love. You know, like people that overblow like what Grasso was doing up until the finish. You know, so
Right.
people say like, oh, she like, bro, like Bullet was panicking, like panicking for what, bro? Like, you know, like she took her down at will in both rounds, and Bullet always takes time to like she takes her time when it's on the ground. She doesn't ground and pound like right away. She does positioning work, whatever. And the time that she was starting to land her ground and pound, the dumb ref, which made a mistake in the Santos fight, he stood them up. Why? Because she took her time. But as soon as she landed her solid shot, whether it was a punch or an elbow on the floor, he stood them up for no reason.
I saw.
You know?
I remember that, James. I remember when that happened.
And
She
the
was
fourth
just
round,
starting to get into it.
exactly. And the fourth round was like nothing was happening up until the finish. Yeah, Bullet tried a couple of takedowns. Grasso stuffed them. Cool, man. So basically, the whole crediting of Grasso is what? Making her uncomfortable? Okay, but what does that mean, bro? I made you uncomfortable, but I'm still whooping you. Like, it's okay, I'm not whooping you like I'm dominating. It wasn't a domination by Shevchenko up until the finish, but it was easily a 65-35 thing going on in favor of Bullet. So that's what I'm saying, bro. So these guys that talk and, oh, yeah, Grasso is better. Okay, go, bro. We'll see what's up in the rematch, you know? So if Grasso wins again, perfect, bro. So she got the best out of her. Like she has her number, whatever it is, man. It'll f me up if she wins again. But bro, to say that Grasso like to overblow her win was it a legit win? Of course, no excuses. But what was going on up until the finish, bro? The only thing Grasso did that you can score up until the finish was the two solid shots that she landed in the first round. After that, see notice no one gives Bullet credit for her adjustments on the feet. How after eating these two shots, which were good shots, she didn't eat nothing after that. But I don't even remember. Like I'm not saying Grasso didn't land anything, but nothing to remember. And Bullet didn't land nothing special, but she was jabbing her the whole fight. Talking about that jab, that's exactly what she did, bro. She was jabbing her the whole fight. She was timing her, jabbing her, and then and then people wanna start talking about Grasso's footwork made her uncomfortable, bro. Okay, let's say it's all legit,
All right,
but,
just so you know, James,
but what does that?
we
Yeah,
got
go ahead.
Brian in the building. I think he got
Yeah,
something to
of
say.
course, B Will is up. Of course, B Will is up. B Will can't take enough of this of this work, bro. He's always looking for more, you know. So it is what it is, bro. Bottom line is this, bro. If all you got, if the best you got is she made her uncomfortable, while you have nothing to back it up uh, in terms of scoring, cool, bro. She made her uncomfortable, and she ate that jab all night long, and she got taken down at will for 2 rounds, and that's it, bro. And she got the finish at the end, fair and square, and that's it.
All right, I'll be right
Go
back.
ahead, B Will. Go ahead.
Brian, what you got?
See, James,
Right.
what's going on, Savage? What's up? What's up, Combo? Appreciate you. And I promise I won't go over your time. But James, how many times
Easy,
we gonna
bro.
have to
Let's
have this
go, bro.
conversation? You
I don't
keep
know. You're
going
the one
back.
calling, man. You're the one calling. I didn't look for it, bro. You're looking for it. Go ahead, man.
Man, if you had come on, I wouldn't have come on. How about that?
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
anyway, here's the thing, man. You keep
Yeah.
belittling what Grasso was doing. You got all these people in the chat telling you in technical terms,
Yeah.
speaking about what Grasso was doing, the success she was having, and just because she wasn't technically winning the fight at that moment,
Yeah.
you just take all types of credit from her as if the only thing that
No,
matters
I don't
in
give
the
her
fight.
extra credit. I give her like the legit amount of credit. Could I agree that she made her
No,
uncomfortable, if you want to call it? Sure, but what does that mean, bro? At the end of the day, she didn't score shit up until the
James,
finish.
if you'll let me finish, I will go ahead and tell you
Go
what that
ahead.
means. If she was making her uncomfortable, damn the scorecards, right? The fight is the fight. Punches land, punches miss, all that kind of stuff, right? But by Grasso doing the things that she was doing to make Valentina uncomfortable, that pulled out mistakes from Valentina. Mistakes that we don't typically see Valentina make, right? That's a fact, right? Case in point, the
Bro,
spinning attack that led to her demise. Let me
how many
finish.
mistakes did she
Let
make,
me
bro?
finish. Let me finish.
I don't
I'll
feel
give
like she
you.
made that many mistakes, to be honest. But go ahead.
Oh, hey, that may be how you see it, but everybody else could see it.
Yeah, it's
Even
cool, man.
even Savage, even Robert Henry, as a Valentina fan, watching the fight objectively, can say, yes, these things happen. Yes, Valentina was winning, but yes, these things happen, and it was beneficial for Grasso. And guess what? It led to the victory. It led to Grasso getting the victory. She didn't have to be winning the fight the whole time, and she didn't have to just be winning the fight on the scorecards. No, she wasn't. Anybody that is objective, anybody that's looking at facts, understands that at the time, Valentina was winning the fight. She was up 2 rounds to 1. But the fourth round was fairly competitive, and then Grasso got the choke. If Valentina had ended the round on her back but survived the choke, guess what? It's now 2 rounds to 2 going into the fifth round. So anything could have happened in that fifth round, especially if you consider the fact that in the fourth round, Grasso stuffed every takedown that Valentina went for. So if
Yo,
you don't like people saying that Valentina was panicking, hey, I get that. I'm not saying Valentina was panicking
yo,
in
let
the
me tell
whole
you.
fight, but she did though. She did shoot a couple panic takedowns in
Yeah,
that
two
stuff,
shots in
even
the
a
fourth
couple
that didn't
that
work.
she successfully landed. But I'm not saying she's a professional. She's the elite of the elite. So nobody's saying she was panicked the whole fight. But
Yo,
Grasso made her uncomfortable, and that led to Valentina making some mistakes, and that led
yo,
to Valentina losing the fight.
yo,
It's
be
just
well.
simple, man. It's
Let,
not even.
let me
It's not even it's not even detracting from Valentina to say that.
let,
Brian, let me say this. I agree pretty much what you're saying, but I do agree what James said about this all around thing. Like all of a sudden, people are looking back at that fight as if Grasso proved that she is better
yeah, like she
than
figured her out. She figured her
Valentina.
out. She figured her out. What are you talking about? She figured it out, bro. Go ahead.
Right.
Well, I didn't
Yes,
say that.
I don't agree with that point that was made in the comments about her not about her being better than Valentina all around. Secondly, just kind of go emphasize what you were speaking about. It is true though that Valentina, I wouldn't use the word panic, but there was I'll use this word. There definitely was a sense of urgency in that round. At first, when she was trying to get her down, she couldn't take her down. Grasso did a good job at adjusting to that, at least at that, within that minute or so, whatever, when that happened. And she was constantly trying to put the pressure on Valentina. So yes, I do agree. It did cause her to make a mental error. I just call it an error, a mental error. I wouldn't call it panic. I wouldn't call it what's the word I'm looking for? Choking. Even though she got choked out, I wouldn't even call it like she choked in that moment and she just desperately made it. I just think she was like, how can I say this, Brian? And then I'm gonna let this back to y'all. It's like she made a mental error thinking, okay, my skills with my kicks or whatever is going to take over, and I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to this option. Like she selected an option, and it was the worst option she could have selected in that moment. So I definitely agree with you, Brian, that there was a sense of urgency in that moment because Valentina, after the fight, talking as if she was dominated, and I think the reason she made certain situations while she was trying to adjust Bravo is because she clearly, as in the middle of the fight, realized no, she's still in the fight. I'm not dominating Bravo. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, let me just real quick, man. Couple of things just to show you how non-biased I am. Be Will, if the fight in the fourth, if Bullet would have survived, to me this round would have been a 10-8 round for Grasso, not even a 10-9, because to have the choke, if she would have survived, bro, she would have that choke for like over like a minute and a half or 2 minutes, okay? And that was a ending choke that somehow Bullet would have survived. So I would have gave it a 10-8 round for Grasso.
That's
Secondly,
not 10-8.
to me, that's what I'm saying. To me,
Yeah.
if you put someone in
10-8 would have
danger,
meant 10-8 would have meant that Valentina did nothing that whole round.
but they both did nothing up until before the finish, bro. It was like a nothing was happening before the last sequence. So it was like basically nothing happened up until the sequence. So the whole round would have been like judged only on the choke, and to keep it for 2 minutes, to me it would have been a 10-8. And another point, if you're trying to say that basically like the whole fight, how it played out, and how Bullet was getting more and more uncomfortable led to her mistake, and you keep saying mistakes, like I'm not sure how many mistakes did she really make, but honestly, like to me, like I would agree with it's Robert that's on the line. What he said, like she made an error. You could call it a mistake, whatever. If they want to call it panic, to me it's overblowing it. And to be honest, I give credit more to Grasso for how she capitalized than Bullet making this big mistake. To me, it wasn't like a huge mistake. It was okay, a mistake, but you needed someone as great as Grasso who practiced that move multiple times to pull it off.
And she did.
And that's what I'm saying. I give a lot of credit for Grasso to pull it off, because if it was someone else, I'm pretty sure that most girls wouldn't have like capitalized the same way to end the fight. And the last thing that I want to say is when Bullet says that Grasso is a what's the word? Is a chance fighter.
Chance fighter, yeah.
Is a chance fighter. To me, what she means is opportunistic fighter. That's what I think she means. That's how I take it. It's basically she's saying I was winning most of the fight, which she was, and and Grasso basically capitalized on a great moment to end the fight. So she's an opportunistic fighter, which she was in the fight. That's not a diss to me. Maybe the way that, that Bullet
believe Valentina meant it as a diss. Come on.
Sorry? No. I'm saying.
Please believe Valentina.
Yeah, okay. But that's what I was going to say right now. I was going to say maybe the way that she said it, and maybe in her mind it's a diss. That's her way, bro. She believes she's the best, and she has every right to believe she's the best. If you go off her history, not only in MMA but in Muay Thai, in kickboxing, she's a winner, bro. So basically, you it's not delusion to me. To me, it's like she's overly confident, and that's it, bro. But what she meant for me in she's a chance fighter is an opportunistic fighter, which waited for the perfect moment and capitalized. Bro, she gave her credit, man. That's what I'm trying to say. She never once said that it was a fluke finish. Nothing. She said, bro, she calls it chance, but she means, bro, the girl waited, took her moment, and finished the fight fair and square. Bullet never made an excuse for the finish. And that's it, bro. That's the facts, bro. If you want to say she's desperate, okay,
that's
cool, bro.
Not the facts.
That's your perception.
As you clearly explained, that's the perspective.
No, it's the facts, bro. She was opportunistic in the moment that ended the last sequence to the fight. She took the moment, bro. Not every girl would have. That's why I say I give more credit to Grasso than Bullet. You can say she made a mistake, but it wasn't like a huge mistake. Let's say it was a normal mistake. But even with this mistake, not every girl would have taken advantage of it to end the fight. But Grasso was, for some reason, Grasso trained that and was expecting it. And Bullet threw the same kick multiple times in the fight, before the fourth round, but nothing happened because the distance wasn't good enough. Like Bullet wasn't close enough. When she threw it when she was close enough, Grasso capitalized and ended the fight. That's why I say I give more credit for Grasso than blame it on Bullet. I can blame it on Bullet, but I give a lot of credit to Grasso, and that's why I say it's not a fluke.
Well, I think you're not different than most people. Most people give Grasso the credit, except for Valentina.
But most people give a lot of blame to Bullet.
You said what?
Most people, bro, like to me, it's just
Most
the
people
degree.
blame Bullet. No, see that's the
No,
thing.
no,
So
they over blame her. It's like, oh, she made a huge mistake. No, bro, she made a mistake. The girl capitalized. That's it.
It's not over blaming her or blaming her at all. You know, to be honest, is she made a mistake. She made a miscalculation in that moment. That's not the only. So my point is not that.
So what other mistakes she made, bro? Since you say she makes a lot of mistakes.
So let me finish, James, because I really was quiet the whole time you was talking, bro.
Yeah, but what? Okay, go ahead.
I was really quiet the whole time you was talking. If you actually listen to me, you might actually hear what I have to say.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, I don't think she made this huge mistake. It was a miscalculation. Is really what it was, that spinning kick in that moment. But she made a lot of mistakes, a lot of small mistakes,
like
in
what?
The fight that caused her to miss attacks, caused her to miss takedowns, caused her to not be able to keep Grasso down. You know what I mean? So it's small mistakes that added up, right? Because Grasso was just still there. And in terms of your comment about Grasso being an opportunistic fighter, I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I do have a problem with one thing you said, but it's probably just semantics. But you said Grasso waited, and then she took the opportunity. At no point in that fight was Grasso waiting. Grasso was actively doing something the whole time, even if it was actively defending off her back. Grasso was actively doing something the whole fight. She took the fight to Valentina, and she had some success, and she had some losses. Valentina had success, right? So again, it was a really good fight. Number one, and number two, these are the best of the best, and they're professional fighters. One mistake, one miscalculation can end the fight. One miscalculation can gain you the fight. So a miscalculation on your point, it's a game of inches, man. That's the whole point.
Let me ask you something. If another fighter, tries a takedown and gets stuffed, will you say it's a mistake on the fighter that got that got stuffed? The takedown, that you call this a mistake? Let's say
miscalculation. Yes, absolutely.
That's not a mistake, bro. That's not a mistake. That's a part of the
miscalculation, fight. James.
Okay, call it miscalculation.
You just asked me what I thought, and then when I told you what I thought, you told me I was
wrong. We disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, come on.
We disagree. That's it. That's all. We disagree.
If you shoot for a double leg, and your distance is wrong, and so you miss the takedown, that's a miscalculation. That's a mistake.
Okay, miscalculation for me is not the same thing as a mistake. Mistake is a bigger deal than a miscalculation. Miscalculation is like, bro, the fight is not gonna go perfect, bro. If you want to call it like, you tried, you failed.
That's the point.
No, listen,
James. Listen. That's what I'm saying. That's the point.
Listen.
Why you keep making it this big deal? I'm saying these
people make it a big
little
deal.
Things add up over the course of the fight. These small little things add up.
Okay, bro. And when did she?
Perfect.
When did she miss the takedowns? Wasn't it just in the fourth round?
She didn't get every single takedown that she attempted.
She got every single takedown up until the fourth round, where she missed. She got stuffed twice in the fourth round. She got everything.
So she didn't miss the takedown in the first round.
In the first, I don't. Yeah. Did she even go for a takedown in the first?
I believe she did.
I don't remember it. I remember in the second and third, she got everything she wanted to.
Don't hold me to that, because I can't. Just like I was telling you the other day, I can't remember every sequence in the fight. I really don't. But
listen, most of it is semantics.
Even at that, what is your point by saying, "Oh, she was only successful defending the takedown," or Valentina only missed takedowns in the fourth round? What's your point by saying
My point is this. My point to get to the bottom of it all is this. I can agree with things that people say. I just don't agree with the degree to which they say it. The way they make it seem is like Bullet made multiple mistakes throughout the fights, and that ultimately led to the last mistake and ended the fight. I don't, bro. The fight wasn't a perfect fight for Bullet for sure. But let's call them mistakes. The mistakes she was making to me weren't a big deal up until the last sequence, which I give more credit to Grasso for how she capitalized than Bullet's mistake. But I still blame Bullet's mistake. So basically, my whole issue with the whole narrative is how I see it, how I hear it from how people talk. To me, bottom line, they over blame Bullet throughout the fight for the mistakes that she made or whatever. That's why I get back when I say, bro, like bottom line, all these things that you guys are talking about weren't as big of a deal that you make it seem. We just disagree.
I,
We just disagree. That's it. Simple as that.
let me say this, James and Brian. I think there are people who may have said a few things that misconstrue
That's
what
true.
happened in the fight. But toward Brian's point, I think what he's saying is you have to still look at the fight. Let's forget scoring for a minute, okay? Generally speaking, you need to see it as like because there was a finish. Let's try to see it as cumulative, like what led to what, and you kind of have to factor in Valentina's attempts to make adjustments, counter Grazo, and there's other things we're not thinking about. We're not thinking about attrition. We don't know what condition. I mean, we kind of can see in the fight. I remember Valentina had because she had wrestled so much and was adjusting so much earlier to Grazo. I mean, she may have been gassed. We don't know why she made the decision she made 100%. We're just going off of what she's saying and kind of how we saw it. But I think that you have to factor in all the rounds. You have to factor in not just what Grazo was doing in the fourth round, but what she was doing in the third and before that. So I think you can kind of say that, yeah, it might not have been the reason she decided to go to that, but what transpired before led to her even being in the mindset to maybe throw that kick where normally if she's in a fight, when she throw that kick, it's smoother, it's well timed, it's well measured, it's better calculated. So I will say that there is maybe a little bit of manipulation with what some people are saying, like this idea that Grazo was winning in every aspect. I mean, I think that's a little silly. But was she
I do not
having
agree with that at all.
right? But was she having relative impact enough to make it to where Valentina was almost uh, struggling a little bit with the adjustment because, because like what I wanted to say earlier, Brian, was like that whole chance fighter thing. I'm like, well, she was a chance fighter when she knocked out when she knocked Jessica I's head out of the fucking cosmos. She was because she had basically figured out, hey, if I time this just right, I can get this girl out of here after I had already, primed her and have her now looking for, a possible head kick. So, I mean, I don't really make much of the statements, me personally. I mean, is Valentina saying it almost in a cocky way? Maybe, perhaps a little bit, because Valentina secretly is a bit of a villain sometimes. That's how she
It's no
carries,
secret.
but it is what it is.
You just need to own it.
Yeah,
Don't
I
be so to
mean,
her fans. Just
right?
own it.
She's a ninja. I mean, she's an agent of her name's Bullet. What's more deadly than that?
Right.
Like,
She don't have to be nice. She don't have to be nice.
She's not faking it, bro. That's what you don't get. She's a killer inside.
I believe it. I
No, no,
believe it. I ain't got no problem believing that.
no. I'm saying if you want to say she whatever, like she's not a bad person or a bully, but she's a killer. She
No,
believes in herself. She knows she's the best. Whatever. All that is true, but that doesn't mean that she's like because Be Will kind of thinks that she's a heel, like she's a Shimaev or something, but she's not showing it. She's playing nice, but in reality, she's not nice. Bro, she is nice, but deep down, she's a killer. When she says it's a chance fighter, I think she's talking about opportunistic, but I also believe that it's a kind of diss because she is who she is.
It
So
is.
You want to know?
Yeah,
You want to know what I think it is? You want to know what I think it is, James? I think it's look. People may laugh at this, but I think Valentina is being herself. Like, yeah, she could play things up, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying she needs to do that. What I mean is, I think something gets lost in translation because her demeanor is so. I'm not trying to be funny. It's like she's mostly playing to, generally speaking. I mean, the world itself, but like the UFC, a big American audience, like in her homeland, it's like people see it, right? But like people don't kind of know because again, it's you know what I'm trying to say,
I
Brian.
understand what you're saying, bro. I understand what you're saying too.
It's either good, bad, face, heel. You know what I'm saying? And Valentina is just like, no, this is just how I act. So there's times where Valentina will say something that's really, really like stern and she means it. And it's not intended to be nice. And people, I'll catch it. You might catch it. Brian might catch it. But other people like, well, and then sometimes she'll be real nice and she's just being sincere. And people think she's trying to be mean. People don't know.
To be honest, I think she's always being herself, but she disses girls, but that's just the way she is. You can say she's a bully deep down, but not in the real sense of the word bullying. That she will go pick on the the weaker people, like the real meaning of a bully. No, she's a good person, whatever. But when it comes to fighting, f all you hoes. That's how she feels deep down. But she doesn't speak. But she doesn't speak it like this. But it's not like she's holding back. That's how she is, bro. And when she said to Irene, "Oh, you're like a little puppy," bro, that's a huge diss, And she meant it as a diss. But that's, bro. To me, she's being herself, man. To be honest, she's not. She doesn't go out her way to diss people, but she believes she's the best. So you can say that deep down, it's like she knows she's the best, whatever, and that's it, bro. It's not like I would love to diss her, but let me not diss her. She's not thinking about these things. She's not trying.
James, I'll give you a good example. Remember when she was about to fight Maya? She was nice all until that point till Maya made the mistake of comparing herself to what Holly Holm did to Rhonda and said something in the interview like, well, she's had a good run, a good time, and now Valentina was like, oh no, like don't talk to me like that. Don't talk about me like I'm not still the champion and I don't plan to go in there and whoop your ass. So if you stir her up, she'll say something.
Bro, it's like she's the type that why you think she said this about Irene? Bro, because Irene was running her mouth too. She's not the type that'll go at you by herself. Like she could, but she rarely does it. She always like gets back at you when she knows that you think that whatever. Like Irene was saying, like nonchalantly, always talking about her, like, yeah, I'll beat her, whatever.
I mean, she even went after Grazo because Grazo acted like she didn't want to fight at first, right? But the only reason, Brian, she even went that far, in my opinion, she even went after Grazo online like she did was because Grazo, when they was asking her the questions, she was claiming that she knew exactly how to beat her. Now, whether or not she knew it at that moment that she would be in the situation and would be able to figure something out to be in position to win, whatever. I'm not going over that. But the bottom line is, if you talk like that, she'll go after you. If you show her some level of respect, she'll respect you back. But she's not going to act like you're going to win the fight, which is fair.
That's fair. I don't even expect her to be nice. She don't have to be nice.
No, she don't.
Sometimes, we way off the point.
Yeah, we went way I'm pretty sure that Combo was somewhere like, all right, look, I got to eat my turkey and cheese sandwich and my red cup of Kool-Aid. Y'all Negroes done.
Right. Combo probably Combo said he had stuff to do. He left the chat going. He'll come back when he
said he just noticed that we're still on.
Yo, were you there? Combo, were you there?
I had stepped away, man, and I came back.
That's what I'm saying, man. I knew that.
I was being real generous. It's 11:40 now, man.
Combo's take off my live stream and I'm out of here. Anyways, bro, it is what it is, man. To make it simple for me, I agree with a lot of what people say. I don't necessarily agree to the degree. And that's it. That just to make it simple, man. Anyways, Combo, man, it was cool, man. Be well. Henry, Combo, thank you for the
Yeah,
wrench, man. You'll
you got
regret it
look,
after September 16.
okay.
Is
We gonna get on
You'll
for next
take you'll
week.
take
Valentina Massacre? Is that what you're talking about? Valentina Massacre?
yeah, you'll take me off. You'll
We
take
gonna
me
get
off
on
after that,
September
bro.
16th. All right, we gonna get on that fight week. You know, I want
All
to
right,
hear what
bro.
y'all got to say then.
Yo, I'm out, man. Take care, guys, man.
All
Thanks,
right,
James.
man.
Thanks,
All right, later.
Combo, as usual. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Combo. I'm the last of the Mohicans, and I'm gonna get out of here before I was about to say something about Junior Custis, but he got killed. Anyway, all right, I'm out.
All right, later. Man. Oh man, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. I had to let them get some time in to do their debate. I had stepped away, but I said, "Oh man, I gave them about 20 extra minutes, so it's all good. I'm about to shut this thing down. We about back into effect. That was another long one. It's about 2 hours again, so we got everything we need to say out. All right, y'all take it easy. Ivan, Easy E, Todd, Ephraim, Mastermind, and everybody else. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.